Wonderful.
Let me know when I enter.
I take a
Um,
drink.
you enter.
Okay, I just see these two. What time of
Yeah.
day is it?
It's about 2 in the afternoon.
Okay, I see these two and I just go, my eyes open and I go, weapon chain, and I turn and leave.
Oh, yeah, I have that written down. That's what I forgot to do.
You see a shop nearby.
The enchanted weapon chain.
Yeah.
Or you could get his weapon enchanted with returning.
Still gonna kill somebody when it flies out of his hand.
Yeah, but as long as it comes back to him.
After it takes our heads off?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. um, okay, I'll go
Get
into
a chain for your neck.
the shop that I think sells weapon chains.
Okay. Go to the closest shop, or just start looking for a blacksmith, or what?
Would I know who sells weapon chains?
Probably a
Uh,
blacksmith.
you've not really looked for them before. It's kind of one of those strange
Okay,
things.
well, I'm gonna look for a blacksmith then, because it seems to make the most
I
sense
would
to
say
me.
I've never shopped for a weapon chain, but if I did, I would go to a blacksmith.
Yeah. You're out of
Fair.
frame there, Shrek.
Oh, just relaxing there.
Yeah.
All right, you got me up. Now you're in
You're
for
allowed
it.
to
You can
relax.
relax, just adjust your camera.
I have to reach all the way over there for that. I'm not
Okay.
doing that. Okay. You find a blacksmith making some strange glowy horseshoes.
You're such a loot whore.
What? What was that?
Nothing. It's awesome.
How can I help you?
I'm looking for a weapon chain or two.
Okay. He pulls
And
off a large spiked chain. This chain is a good weapon.
no, one to keep a weapon from someone from being disarmed or accidentally sending their mace
Oh, I
or their
see.
falchion at their cleric's head.
Generally, the most accepted methods for this are training and good grip strength. But in the case that you do not have either of these, we do have these.
Is there such thing as weapon chains in D&D?
It's called locking gauntlet.
Locking gauntlet. Okay.
Yeah, you can chain it closed so that it cannot come open. So you cannot throw your weapon.
So it's like a
It's
you'd
like
have
a
to give up any gauntlets that you had on.
Yeah.
I can attach it to a pair of gauntlets
Okay.
and make them into a locking gauntlet if need be.
Can
But
you
wouldn't your
Just
hand be immobilized? You'd have to unlock that
yes,
mechanism each time? Yeah.
correct.
I can't imagine it's a difficult mechanism to unlock.
It
Middle
would
of
take
combat, though, you're going to waste an action.
pretty much if you're wanting to put your weapon down, you're gonna take the movement action just getting it out.
Right. But you wouldn't have to turn it on always.
Right.
Okay. Okay. I might send some business your way. I have a couple of friends who could use your services. What are those horseshoes? Are those anything special?
Oh, the horseshoes. What was it? The speed. They doubled the speed of an animal that wears them.
Can you put them on a donkey?
Why, actually, I just completed this smaller set this morning.
That's amazing. How much?
Oh, that's great.
3,000.
3,000? Can you give me a? I'm gonna send some business here for some weapon chains. Can you give me a bit of a better
Well,
bargain? Maybe
they
2,000?
all they are
Is
a
that a
smaller set.
persuade
I'll
check?
take the two. I'll
2,000?
take the
Okay.
two. Just bring your animal in, and I'll attach it at once.
Haggling.
Do you take American Express?
Paper or plastic, sir?
That would be 200 plat.
Yep.
Okay. Do you take plat?
Yep. I take plat.
Okay. I'm gonna give you 200 plat then.
So you bring in the donkey.
Yep.
So you now have flying speed donkey.
Oh, do I have the? Did you pick
Oh,
up?
you don't have the other ones yet, no.
Not yet.
Okay.
Yeah, but now the donkey runs twice as fast as Yeah, as he should.
Has twice as goofy a look on his face when he does it.
I pat Donkey. What's his kind of like general reaction here? How's Donkey doing?
After he gets the horseshoes on, or the donkey shoes at this point on,
Do donkeys wear horseshoes?
If only you had a spell that would let you communicate with animals.
That's why I was looking for a ranger.
he trots around a few times, makes circles, and going faster than normal. Looks at you, makes a noise that you can assume means pleasure or displeasure equally. It seems to be the same.
He
And
only
just
really
starts
makes
following
one
you.
sound.
And follows you. Walks right up to you.
Sweet.
Turns one ear towards you.
Is there like a fruit vendor or something like that here?
Oh yeah, all over the streets.
I want to buy an apple.
That's easy. You buy an apple. Only a copper.
I'll give Donkey the apple.
Donkey eats the apple happily.
Do I see any ranger type fellows?
You see a couple of elven people walking around. A couple of them have bows.
What do elvens think of humans?
Here, apparently, they get along pretty well.
Okay, I'll go up to them.
All right, they're talking. They see you approach, and they stop talking and just look at you and kind of nod. And
I'll just say, excuse me, noble elves, would you be able to assist me?
look at each other. It's a donkey.
Yes, it's my donkey.
Oh, okay. Well, as long as you know that. How can we help you?
I want to know what donkey here, if he enjoys being part of our group here. And I'm curious if you can. Are you rangers? I've heard your kind can communicate with animals.
Not as well as a druid could, but luckily, that's what I happen to be.
Conveniently enough.
How
Well,
beneficial for you.
Pardon me, then. No insult. I didn't mean to insult you. I didn't. As you can see, I spend most of my time in the temple, and
He casts Speak with Animals and brays at the donkey.
Aww.
Colby has the same reaction as you would, I'm sure. But she just kind of looks at you questioningly and continues. After a few moments of braying back and forth, it turns out that yes, while thinking that you guys are probably crazy, the donkey's happy with his position. He does feel sad for the horses. He liked one of them in particular, the large one. He wishes there was something that could be done to bring them back.
Oh boy.
possibly.
We're gonna go on a donkey quest to save the horses. I love it.
What was I gonna say?
But all in all, he's accepted you as his favorite.
Sweet. What did you think of horses?
Generally, he thinks they're stuck up, but the big one was nice.
Would he like to look like a horse?
He brays with disgust at that.
Denied.
Just checking. Okay, thank you.
He is proud, noble donkey. Of speed.
Of speed. I can accept that. A short stack's gotta stick together.
Alright. So you, now what? The elf just finishes that, and anything else I can assist you with?
No, you've been more than helpful. I'll flip him a couple gold.
He looks almost offended, but then realizes this is a human custom and accepts them, and very well. Good day to you and your friend, he says to the donkey, and walks off.
Let's go, donkey. I'll go back to the inn.
Back to the inn?
Yeah.
that what you said?
Yep.
Okay. You gonna ride donkey back to the inn?
No, I don't usually ride him unless I'm in a hurry.
You're gonna have to try to keep up with donkey.
Really? Well, he can control his speed, can't he? He's gonna be walking with me.
Yeah, he can control his speed, but he's having fun.
Okay, I'll ride him then. I'm gonna need to get a saddle
Alright.
for him eventually, though.
You ride
Wow.
donkey back to the inn. You notice that this is much faster than your horse ever was. You can actually feel wind rolling by as you nearly run over the top of a dwarf who just barely makes it out of the way. Get back to the inn in no time.
He was totally jealous of my donkey.
Yes. That is one sweet donkey.
You made a real ass out of him.
He stops at the tie post and looks at you.
I'll pat him, give him some food, and head in.
Alright.
Gotta name your donkey.
No, his name's Donkey. It's
Just
funny because
donkey?
he's not really a donkey, he's a mule.
Oh, whatever. Mule the donkey. Donkey the mule.
Sragg, how does the like weapon crystal stuff work? Is that like you have to go to a blacksmith or you go to a?
Oh man, honestly, I did not get too far into that. I think that there's a way you socket them in, so you would have to use a blacksmith, I believe.
Okay.
Or a jewel crafter.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah. So you go find a Draenei and you'll be okay. Otherwise, go to a blacksmith.
No, I'm
Okay.
just socketing is
I'm-
you need the finesse of a jewel crafter rather than
Right.
the brute force of a blacksmith.
Correct. I was just messing with you.
How do you normally enchant items?
Enchantment!
Wizards. Wizards
So they
usually.
just put spells on it? Like, what do you know?
Yep. The wizards would basically, you take whatever item you had beforehand, and you go what item you want to get to, and then I subtract what it already has from the cost, and you have to pay that much for them to do it. And
Is there any
the
way to-
bigger,
Okay. What does making an weapon adamantian do?
that is something you have to start with a new weapon, because that's the base material. It's a stronger metal than your regular stuff. It can go through
Okay.
certain damage reductions. It's a
So
lot
what does
harder to
hardness?
break it.
What does hardness do? Then.
Let's say, okay, on a comparison of hardness, an adamantine is what we would think of when we grab something that's made of steel. While compared to adamantine, the steel weapon would be something that was made out of, I don't know, aluminum.
But is hardness just like simply that? Just hardness? It doesn't
just
affect anything
flat
else?
out hardness. It
Okay.
affects how much damage it can take before it actually starts taking real damage.
Like,
It's
it's the weapon's resilience, yeah.
Yeah, the weapon's armor, basically. Every time it takes a hit for something that should be breaking it, it will absorb that much before it actually takes any
So,
actual
like,
damage.
It would be more resilient to acid and stuff like that kind of deal, or
Yeah.
damage.
How would
Pretty
you
much anything.
typically increase the damage to items? Like weapons? Like how would you
Magic
increase their
enchantment.
damage? Typically.
Increase the damage they do.
Yeah.
The base damage?
Either. I don't know.
You'd have to add, like, an element or something to it, or...
Add additional elements that add extra enchantments and extra pluses to them, pretty much. Like
Yeah, keen and all that sort of stuff, and...
Things don't
you
go
can't
much
add the
above.
extra dice, really.
Things don't go much above like +3 though, do they?
Well, you can get up to a +5 of
I was gonna
something
say, it's like
or other,
+5.
but those are starting to get pretty special stuff at that point.
Godly weapons, yeah.
But its damage increases as you level, right? Like it's your base
Like,
Well,
attack
your
bonus.
effective.
attack.
And
Yeah,
armor, you said masterwork stuff can be enchanted?
Yes. So your armor could be enchanted.
So how do you pick out enchants necessarily?
Like you saw the weapon crystal, so you got the magic item compendium there, right?
Magic
Yeah, I
spells.
had to open it to write down the stats on those
No.
other items.
Page 6 is where you start getting to the different kind of armor enchants you can put on there. Like
Bull strength type of stuff.
Okay.
agility or blue shine, buoyant, commander, called? Whatever, daylight displacement.
If you
like
have
a-
something that already grants you a +4, though, it's
There's
not
not
going to
like a
give you another
list at the
+4.
bottom of this, like in the other one.
Yes, it is way in the back,
Yeah, because the
but
other
it
one's.
doesn't give you as much info as the last one.
No, I just want to see details to see what's there first.
Yeah, there's a list in the back somewhere. I'm
Okay.
looking for it now, actually.
Yeah, because I didn't see the armor properties at all in there.
Yeah, armor properties. There it is, and it's a lot. It is pretty detailed. Go to page 235. And that should help you. That's
Load.
actually all you really need. You can go back and find out more of what
Apparently,
it
yeah.
says.
300-page guide takes a while to load.
Yeah. But yeah, page 235 will be your hero here.
Okay.
Okay, so you walk back in. What are you doing, Smurrrrh? You haven't done anything in a while.
Just having some drinks until I feel like I'm about ready for bed and head up to the room.
Make a fortitude save.
Okay.
We'll see if you're ready for bed yet.
D20 plus 7.
Yep.
Might fort.
Keep them coming.
You actually drank all the ale in the inn.
You finish that barrel. You're ready for another. You don't even feel a buzz.
Could like
The
because
dwarf
of
is
his-
staring at you strangely.
What would the effect of his
How's
awkward
how's
or his
the,
regeneration
my
have?
female companion doing?
Like, would he have like Wolverine type drinking issues where he can't get drunk?
You know, he's starting to look that way. She's toasted.
That's funny.
Yeah. Yeah, he didn't get anywhere near. Yeah.
That's
It's
just like
good.
roll crit
She
crit
actually
then.
has like beginning stages of like cirrhosis of the liver.
Who does?
Your
The
girlfriend.
female companion.
Oh.
Okay. Now what? I've kind of. Who's got something they would like to do here?
I would like to.
I want to give Colby his reins.
Okay. So Colby, you're coming back into the inn,
Yes.
and Riclamin's going to see you.
Yeah.
And I'll make eye contact and go.
I found a place that makes what are they called? Gauntlets of
Locking gauntlets.
locking gauntlets. For those times when you don't want to hurl your weapon across the room and nearly kill me.
I kind of already have gauntlets.
He can
Although I
attach.
don't want to kill you.
He can attach this to existing gauntlets. It's the blacksmith, and I tell him where I found it.
Wouldn't a crystal of security do the same?
Oh.
Neither does your DM. What is the crystal security?
Anyway, that place.
So you can attach him to my gauntlets? How does that work?
It locks your hand so you can't open it, so that in the event that you would accidentally throw your weapon, you don't.
Just hope you don't have to run to the washroom for
And
emergency.
maybe like kill the
Does-
baby.
Can I put down the weapon?
I don't know how it works. Ask him.
Not
No.
until you
All right.
I heal.
I guess I'll
feel-
ask him. Here, this is for you. And I hand him the reins of Ascension.
Ooh, what's this do?
Well, I was told that it's got 3 charges, and per
Like
day,
electricity?
and when you use them, it makes your mount you're riding suspend to gravity.
Gravity. What the hell's gravity?
You don't know what gravity is?
No. What's gravity?
I just drop a sword. Gravity. Pick it up.
I don't think they had a Newton.
They don't need Newton for gravity.
Did for the name.
No, they would need that for
Mm.
Newtons.
Fig Newtons. Yep, I agree entirely on that one.
Anyway, I was kidding.
These reins allow your mount to briefly break the bonds of gravity. That's what it says.
I must research
So I
this
assume-
gravity. Okay, no. Okay, so we can fly.
Yeah.
Yes.
Fly.
Donkey
Or
will
he
like
can
these.
jump.
Flying donkey.
At 1 charge, he can jump. At 2 charges, he can fly at normal land speed. At 3 charges, he can fly at double normal land speed. With perfect maneuverability.
And he has shoes of haste.
Fucking fly donkey. I don't know how you want to write that down. Reigns of Ascension. I have it on my sheet if you just want to steal it.
Reigns of the Pegasus.
Also, True Strike gauntlets. Did you write those down? Smurrrrh?
Nope, I should though.
Yeah, you should.
Okay. I'm gonna take the Reigns of Ascension and be like, oh my god, this is awesome, and head back outside of the inn.
Okay.
And you
Wait,
s-
where's the blacksmith?
I pointed. I
Follow.
told you where it was. 1 charge is what? Extra jump?
Yeah, 10 to jump.
2 charges is...
Fly at normal land speed. Average maneuverability.
For 5 rounds.
Okay, now
Yeah.
I have to ask. And 3 charge is fly at...
Double normal land speed. Perfect maneuverability for 1 round.
True Strike gives me plus 20 to 1 attack.
Once a day, yeah.
How well, from riding on donkey, does he follow my commands?
He seems to be pretty. He accepts any commands you give him. He's a pretty smart donkey.
Okay. Well, I am going to go test this out.
Okay.
Good luck.
Okay. So you put the reins on donkey.
Yeah.
Got a hold of those. You climb on his back. Donkey starts pawing the ground a bit.
Okay, I'm gonna go find a barn.
Okay. Is that your command? Find a barn?
No, I'm not activating it, but we're gonna go find a barn.
I think you should yell at your donkey, up, and away!
Hi-ho silver.
Alright.
I'd like to find the
So-
biggest barn I can find.
That'll be outside of the city gates.
Did he leave yet?
He not yet. We're fixing
Did
to,
you just
though.
say you're going to try that out?
Yes.
What are you trying out?
The flying.
I hand him my boots. You'll need these,
Okay.
just in case.
Those weren't gonna help donkey.
Dang it.
Fly.
I was sitting there, I was like, he just said earlier, should I remind him that he doesn't have a saddle? No.
Shit, yeah.
Bareback flying donkey ride. Woo!
I was
Yeah,
about
it's not
to let
gonna
you do
work.
it.
Yeah. I gotta go find a saddle first.
Well, you could just use the boots of levitation for now.
Yeah, but see,
Oh.
I'm not really worried about... What I'm worried about is, like if Donkey's up there flying around and the spell wears off.
That'll be bad for Donkey.
Yeah.
Yeah, how heavy is donkey?
Don't
What you
matter
need
how...
to do is get a donkey parachute.
I don't think boots of levitation would support us both, would they?
I didn't read up on them. All I have is 10 feet per round.
No, I don't think
Not
so.
really. Okay.
Okay, so I'm gonna go buy a saddle.
You go and find a
Donkey-sized saddle.
saddling place. Yes.
There's probably a proper name for that, isn't there?
Yeah, it's tack and bridle or something, I believe. Place. Yeah. All right. They see you coming up, riding the donkey.
You
That's a fancy
or
mount you got there.
one willing creature or one object total weight up to 100 pounds per level, so 700 pounds.
So I guess so. If you make the donkey levitate and you're riding the donkey,
Holy fuck.
So
You can
now
levitate
Ryan
the donkey.
should get a donkey. You guys can be flying donkey brothers.
see, he says, "What can I help you with here? What can we sell you?"
I need a saddle for donkey here.
We have this horseless saddle here.
Will it fit donkey? Can you modify it?
Oh, it's not meant to be worn on. Oh, you want it to fit that thing? Okay, well,
Yes.
how about this saddle? It gives you it's a superior grip saddle.
You have
We're
read my
comfortable.
mind. You have no idea how awesome this donkey is.
This saddle grants a +10 circumstance bonus to ride checks. 2,000 gold.
2,000 gold.
If you like that donkey, how about these saddlebags of providing?
Hey Ryan,
Every morning, the bag contains enough food to feed whatever creature it's slung over.
How much for that?
And the left bag is a set of masterwork grooming tools and leather repair tools.
Fuck, let's go all out. We're getting the freaking Cadillac of donkeys here.
what was the
And
name of
that's
that helmet?
8,000 gold.
8,000 gold. Dude, it's a
Yep.
donkey. Come on.
Helm of
Give me the
tactics.
equivalent donkey version price.
Thanks.
Okay, the donkey. That'll be 6,000 gold then for donkey
6,000.
version price.
I will give you 6,000 for both.
If you give
Wasn't
me
the
the
helmet
8,000, I'll throw in this bracelet.
What's the
The
bracelet?
bracelet of friends is a rather unique magic item. It keys you to your mount so that you can call it from wherever you are.
Sragg, you were totally making up for the Medusas. Sold.
Sold? Okay. You can call the donkey from wherever you are. The saddlebags are providing. The right bag provides enough food to feed it for one day, and it comes back every morning. The left bag contains masterwork grooming and leather repair tools.
Sorry, the right was what? Food?
Yes, enough food for it for the day. Every
And-
morning.
And I'll sell you this hovering wagon for another 5,000 gold.
Well, we'll leave something for next week, dude.
Yeah.
Left is masterwork grooming.
Yep. And leather repair. And the saddle gives you the +10 to ride checks. If you got that. And the bracelet, you can call it from anywhere. The donkey can find you.
Can I communicate with the donkey?
You can call it.
Call
You
it.
can't communicate with it, but you can call it and it can come to you. It can find you. So, super speedy flying donkey can find you wherever you are.
Right, but he can't activate the flying part.
Right. That's you. But he's pretty quick. Speed donkey.
Okay, so I gave Buddy 8,000. So I'm gonna take the portable hole because all that's left in there is like the 8,500 or whatever. And be like,
Uh-huh.
where do you want this? The money, the gold, because he has probably no idea what's about to happen.
Just here at in the shop floor, please.
Okay, so
Oh, that's no idea.
I'm gonna like do the. Can you pour out of the portable hole?
Technically, I suppose so.
I guess I could like tilt it, or I could put it on a table and then tilt the table over or something.
Yeah.
Okay, I'll do that and start pouring it out. Okay, say when.
He's just watching all the gold roll into the shop. He's freaking out a little bit. Win.
Okay.
Because of the amount of gold you poured in, you only managed to spend 7,658.
I love this portable hole. Thank you. Pleasure doing business. So I'll take the saddle, um, the bracelet. Does it automatically attune to donkey? Like, how does that work?
Yeah, it's just a real quick thing, and it's attuned to the donkey.
Okay, so I'll get him all hooked up.
Yeah.
I'm gonna reach in and see what kind of food's in there for the donkey.
Oats and sugar cubes.
Give him some of those.
He likes those.
Okay, is Saddle Guy got a barn nearby?
Yeah, right behind you, actually. Pretty large.
Can I borrow your barn for a second?
Well, sure. Such a wonderful customer. You've borrowed the barn.
Okay, I'm gonna
What are you planning to do with it?
close the door. It's a fairly tall barn.
Yeah.
Okay, so okay, let's see how well this goes. We are going to one round is how long?
6 seconds.
What?
Yep. One round is 6 seconds.
Okay. But I can only fly for one round?
You can only fly for one round, or if you do the normal movement speed, for 30 seconds.
Okay, so I can fly like full tilt for 6 seconds or regular speed for 30 seconds?
Right. There it is, donkey. Has a speed of 30 base, so with the horseshoes it's 60. So if you fly, he flies at 120 feet for 6 seconds. Or 60 feet for 30 seconds.
I kind of get the impression like the super fast flying is kind of meant to be you're not really flying so much as you're just zipping along the ground super fast.
Right.
It's kind of the impression I get.
Yeah, it's the get me out of here.
Yeah.
I'm going to cross that river, that swamp.
Yeah.
And I'm out.
Okay, so Donkey and I are going to I'm going to activate the 3 charges, and I'm on top of the donkey and kind of tell him to I'm gonna see if I can get him to I'll kind of motion him to point. Can I somehow try to communicate for him to go for like the what's that thing in the barn called?
The loft?
The loft.
You can try telling him that. See that up there, donkey? I want you to go up there. You can do it, donkey. Now, has anyone ever hopped on a dirt bike and revved it up and not really been sure exactly how much to rev it and what happens next?
Yep.
Okay, I would like a reflex save, but you use your ride skill.
Okay.
Stay in the saddle.
Hey Ryan,
Yep.
what's the helm of tactics do?
Okay.
So
Don't you have a bonus to your ride now?
Oh, it'd be 17.
Yeah. You nearly fly off, but thanks to your expert saddle, you manage to stay gripped. By the time you come back up, you're face to face with a block of hay on the loft.
On the loft. How long has it
Yep.
taken?
To zip up there,
Yeah.
took you about 4 seconds.
I didn't. Do I control like when he uses that crazy speed?
You said you used the 3 charges, right?
But I didn't want to activate the crazy speed. I just wanted the.
Well, see, if you use the 3 charges, that gets you crazy speed.
Oh,
2 charges.
sorry.
So
I thought I could
that's why-
control. So 2 charges then. That was only 2 charges.
Yeah, that
then.
would have been ideal. So the donkey's like, now we're up here. Well, now what?
He didn't freak out that he can fly.
He's happy. He's up here in the loft, munching on some hay, looking down. Huh.
Okay, I'm going to motion for him to go down.
Trots, jumps, falls.
What, the thing wasn't on still?
1 round of 6 seconds.
No, I thought I had the 2 charge one.
Oh, you edited it? You went back
Well,
and changed
yeah,
it?
because I thought that I could control, like when you use the 3 charge, like you get to
Yes,
choose.
you can. Oh, so what you really, really wanted to.
Yeah, what I wanted
Okay.
to do, I didn't want him to go
Okay.
crazy fast because I wanted the 30 seconds.
Okay, well then instead of you flying backwards, it's just the same speed as normal. He just kind of trots twice and he's up on the loft, gnaws on some of the hay. You tell him to go back down, or you tell him to go back down. He goes back down, but he's not quite touching the ground because he's having fun. And he flies out through the doors.
How far off the ground is he?
He's only about 3 feet, but he's kind of obeying.
You ever hear the term stubborn as a mule?
Yeah. I'm gonna activate the boots.
All right, so that's gonna slow him down. He's pawing at the air. You're in control of that part.
Yeah, and then I'll just lower us back down.
Okay, and back down to the ground. He stopped pawing as soon as the movement stopped. He's just standing there. You lower you back down to the ground. He swishes his tail and turns his ear to the side, but that's about it.
Okay, so I'll pat him and head back into town. This donkey's totally turning into the ferret.
The donkey books it for town. Okay. An orc dives out of the way. 2 halflings manage to scatter, and the dwarf makes a barrel roll but makes it out. You're back at the end.
I'll tie him up and head in.
See an old lady over there yelling, "Maniac!" Okay. You tie him up. He seems upset by that, but accepts it, and you head back into the inn, where everyone else has done what?
I'll throw him a sugar cube whenever I tie him up. And
I went to the blacksmith he told me about.
Right. Okay. We're done with you. You're over at the blacksmith. He seems to be working on some type of golden horseshoes when you come in.
There's so much wrong with making horseshoes out of gold. You have no idea.
Ah, how can I help you?
Greetings, Smith. I was looking to have some of my armor improved. And perhaps either a weapon chain or something for my weapon so that I can maintain it in my hand.
Which hand do you use most? Basically, you
For
right or
attacking?
left-handed. Yeah, you right or left-handed, he's asking.
Let's say right.
He walks over, grabs your right arm. You realize this is a very strong man. He's looking at your gauntlet. I can fix that.
All right.
No problem at all. 100 gold.
Sorry about crunching. I just realized that my mic wasn't muted.
Oh, it didn't even come through.
He starts getting some bits out. I'm assuming you'll want to remove it for a moment.
Yeah. Well, obviously.
Otherwise, you're a
insist.
stronger man than I.
This becomes Kageth Blade Fist.
The weapon or the gauntlets? What am I giving him?
The gauntlet.
Okay, I'll give him the gauntlets. Is it a gauntlet or gauntlets?
He's attaching it to your right gauntlet.
Okay.
Basically, it's a chain that comes around the hand, and it keeps it locked closed. So you're going to have to actually let go with this hand and unchain it to put it down. But once it's chained in, it's not going anywhere.
Yeah, it's like a full gauntlet around your hand, or around their weapon. So
Full
you can't
chain
move.
around it. Yeah.
So you have to like unlock it and shit.
If you had to
Yeah.
scratch your nose, you'd have to take the whole thing off.
Well, you could do something with like your wrist.
You have to undo the chain to get your hand back open.
If you lock it in the first
liking
place.
the crystal of security better.
That was to prevent against disarm. It doesn't have anything to do with critical failure. I went and read on it.
Oh, because it doesn't. It says opposite.
Wouldn't the critical failure that causes
It says it
failure of
protects
disarm?
against someone trying to disarm. In addition, also this other effect.
64. Maybe I did not see it correctly. Crystal of
Crit
security.
failure with not being able to throw the weapon might be disastrous.
There's
for Ray.
two types of crystals of security. Minor
Crystal
and
of
greater.
security. Alright. I see. Causes the weapon to cling tightly to your hand. Least. This crystal grants you a +2 bonus on any check made to draw the weapon, such as grappling, or keep the weapon in your hand, such as on an opposed disarm check or opposed strength check if you and an opponent both grab the weapon. That's all I got.
Nothing to do with critical failure.
Okay.
What does yours say exactly? I mean, is it an updated book or no? This is 3.5.
No, I mean that might have been an interpretation. Keep it in your hand.
Yeah, because that's not really when something like that happens. It's an oops more than someone tactically disarming you or overpowering you.
Yeah.
Crystal of return.
Okay. Okay. He's going to demonstrate to you there's 2 spots for this chain on the gauntlet. You can wrap it around this way whenever you've got it closed, or wrap it back around this way and lock it whenever you don't want to use it so it's not in your way.
Okay. Well, do it up.
Can I get that gift wrapped, please?
Or you could get an item with the luck bonus.
Yeah, it's more what I need.
I present to you Donkey.
Because I'm not actually liking the idea of having a weapon that I have to actually physically unhook to drop to switch to something else.
Yeah, I don't like that idea either. So I was like, forget that. I'd rather throw my weapon than
I'd rather put it through your skull than.
unclip it. Yeah.
Well, you can turn it off and on, or you can clip it and declip it depending on how your battle is going.
All right.
See, what you just need now is you need a tower shield so that you're protected from the flying actions coming at your head.
Who, me?
Yeah.
I can't use tower shields.
Well,
Yeah, he
Sniper.
cannot.
I can't use
Well,
tower shields
technically,
yet.
Technically, you can. You just take some negatives on your attack rolls.
No, it's a clerical thing. I can't use them at all.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I'm not proficient or whatever.
Oh, yeah. But see, it's not like normal MMOs. You're not proficient with a wizard staff, but that doesn't keep you from picking it up.
Yeah, blowing everybody
Yep.
up.
Or a great axe. You could go running around with that. You just get a -4. But you can do it.
Cool. Well, in 2 levels I can do it without the damage feat.
All right. He's finished modding your gauntlet. It is all yours.
What's melee weapon properties? Is that enchantments to weapons?
Enchantment?
Possibly, depending on where you're reading it.
It was, I'm just trying to go through, like, upgrading my shit.
Is she really? Hang on. I gotta let her out. She's actually almost. Come here. Come here, little one. Come here. I've got those door handles that go off to one side.
Oh, okay.
She was jumping up and trying to bite it. She's so
Almost figured it out.
Okay, you can go
That's
do
how it
that,
gets
and I'll
open.
try and figure out this.
Okay. Does anyone else have anything you'd like me to, set up while you're, flying donkey or drinking Smurrrrh or?
Nah.
I mean, you haven't had anything to do, Smurrrrh. You okay in town?
He's just devastated he can't get drunk.
What time of day is it? It's evening or day or what? I don't even know.
Evening, yeah.
Yeah.
More people are starting to trickle in. There's actually a bard showing up, and
Yeah.
Is there like
I'm
a
happy.
pretty
stable or
good.
thing for like when you're staying at the inn? Like how does that work?
yeah, there's a stabling area.
So do I go bring the donkey to the stable or?
Generally, yeah.
Okay, so that's what I'll do.
I'll do some shopping the day after.
Okay.
Do they make the club for donkeys?
The club. So someone can't steal your awesome
Yeah.
donkey. Why don't you just throw all of his cool stuff in the portable hole when you're not using it?
Sounds like a lot of work.
Then it's just a regular donkey. Who's gonna want that?
I can't take his shoes off.
Well,
Nope.
yeah.
Yeah. Just.
Well,
He's
most-
gotta
Well,
be-
it's really up to you. This is a pimped out donkey. That's for sure.
Pimp
well, I
my
guess.
donkey.
I
Can that
guess.
seriously be done?
Yes,
animated
my donkey flies.
onto
Get
an
over
item?
it.
Animated.
Onto a shield. Floats within 2 feet of you on command. So that you can
Yes.
use a great axe while you have a shield out?
Yes, that can be done.
Interesting.
The wonders of magic.
This is some crazy like next level shit, man.
All right, I'll be right back.
Yeah.
Okay. Oh well.
What you need is an army of shields to surround you.
I have the ability to summon weapons to fight on my behalf. Like I summon the Wiffle Badgers.
What level of spells can you cast now?
Level.
I can't find anything good for a shield,
4.
so fuck that shit.
I believe after fucking killing those Medusas, we should be getting a level.
Yeah,
Think
I
so?
think we only needed 1500 for the next level.
So we'd be level 8?
I don't know if you guys will get the
Cool.
XP.
I killed one.
True.
I hit one.
You're the moral support.
I had some crazy rough sex. I need XP for that.
It's equivalent XP for getting some.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I'm
she's a solid 8.
Yeah, exactly. Boop. It doesn't look like she's
Hey.
going anywhere either, so
You hear,
Look at the
you hear
Skycam for a
choir
second,
singing
Greg.
when you're doing it. Yeah.
hang on.
Fist bump.
Sup, bro?
Where the fuck is it?
Nailed
Can't get
it.
Skype working. Son of a bitch.
Literally.
There we go.
Solid 8.
Yeah.
Good job. These armor properties are just like mind blowing.
Yeah, I'm gonna leave you to send me where I need to go to get decked out.
Well, I'm kind of thinking we all need blue shine.
Qu'est-ce que c'est?
Immune to acid damage. And rust.
Sweet. My armor is
don't know.
blue. I wonder if it
It's
has
only
blue
for
shine.
metal armor and hide, I think. Or no, just metal armor. I'm gonna ask him if I can get that.
Sorry, Darren, what were you saying?
Totally forgot what I was talking about.
Your spell level.
Oh, 4.
4?
Oh, but I might be getting a new spell level. That's what I wanted to check.
Excuse me. You can change your you can pray for different spells daily, right?
Yep. No, I don't get new spell level until 9.
Is there any reason to have a +10 bonus on checks to resist being moved?
Being moved?
Yep.
Maybe if somebody was doing a bull charge on you. Like when I bull charged, ran into the fire.
Yeah. Once per day, ignore death effect or negative energy effect.
Did you grab control water?
I don't normally grab it.
That's what I was wondering, because I remember you'd mentioned it before that you could do the Moses thing and and part the ocean. That's why I was wondering.
No, I
You don't usually do that.
I don't grab it. I have to, when I pray is when I can change my spells, and they're locked.
But that's what I mean. Have you ever prepared it at any point?
No, like the level I got is when I got my armor, so I no
Okay.
longer needed it.
Okay. Divination.
They have linked, which is a 3 times per day telepathic bond with other linked item wearers for 1 hour. But I don't know.
Feet per level by 10 feet per level by
What?
2 feet per level.
Can I ask you guys a question?
Yep.
What's imperceptible?
You can't perceive it?
Can't spot checks would fail against you. Perception, anything to do with perception?
So it's called Bane Blind. It says imperceptible to specified creature type. So they can't see you?
I'm looking it up.
Yeah, you probably they can't perceive you, I guess. But you have to, I guess, specify the creature type, like aberration or.
It's called Bane Blind?
Yep.
I don't know.
It's on page M7.
I'm going with the web. It usually gives
Better. Oh.
Yeah, sometimes just comments explain it better. Originally designed for rangers and bounty hunters, Bane Blind armor affects specific type of creature 3 times a day while wearing this armor. You can render yourself imperceptible to creatures. Such creatures cannot detect your presence using any non-magical sentry method, including scent, hearing, tremor sense. Yeah, you don't exist. They can't see you, hear you, smell you, feel you.
I wonder if repel vermin would work against mosquitoes. As a cleric ability spell. If we have to go back through a swamp, is what I was thinking.
They'd be insects.
Yeah, but spider are vermin, and they're like insects.
Really?
Yeah.
Deep dweller. Breathe and function in deep water. See twice as far underwater.
Just gonna bio break.
What's blur? As blur spell for 10 minutes at will. Do you know what blur is? Does it mean like just hard to hit?
Yeah, because an insect plague, I think, would be vermin. Yeah, repel vermin. Insects, spiders, and other vermin stay 10 feet away.
Interesting. What's that? Where was that?
4th level cleric spells.
Oh.
And I'm back.
Yeah,
Mm,
the 4th level cleric spell, repel vermin, repels insects, spiders, and other vermin for 10 feet. They stay away from you.
How long?
10 minutes per level.
It's level 4th level?
Yeah.
Ouch.
You definitely have to do a lot of praying. Do you have a extend spell feat yet?
No.
Oh, okay. Do you get a feat next level?
No, it's level 9 that we get our next feat, right?
Yeah, I don't know. If you weren't planning anything specific, extend spell's nice.
I have to look that up.
I think I get a bonus feat next level, but we get an ability score next level.
The spells last twice as long, but they occupy a spell level 1 slot higher than normal.
Oh, so yeah, if I did that, I couldn't cast that spell.
No, but I mean in general, it's nice to have later on. Because then your buffs last twice as long. Once you did have like a level 5 ability too.
Hey, is this worth it? 3 times a day, gain +5 on will saves against mind-affecting spells and abilities.
Against...
You remember that Mind Flayer?
Yeah, I totally was thinking the Mind Flayer with that. But what else fits under that?
Anything that does like will attacks on you. Illusion spells, you'd get saves against illusion magic.
Does Glamored... It says can change to look like normal clothing on command. Does that mean... Can you sleep in your armor? No?
I think it just says look, so you could make it look like you're not wearing armor.
Yeah.
I'm unarmed.
or the other way around. If you were a wizard, you want it to look like you were decked out. You're like, I'm wearing plate mail. Or if you were a hobo, you want it to
Stab
look
that
like
man, and he goes in. They try and stab you, and you're
riches. Yeah, exactly. I come from royalty. Really, you're like a bum.
change length and appearance of spear at will.
Oh boy. Good boy.
Dear.
Later, Smurrrrh.
Well, there's also sizing. Changes size category on command.
I think that's like my belt of giant strength, or giant growth rather, or whatever it is. Is it my belt of giant growth? I can't remember. One of those things is giant growth.
What's bless weapon do?
Probably puts my...
It gives like a +1 like on your weapon if it has no +1 or so, or adds like a modifier to it, makes it a +4 or something like that. I think.
Weapons strike true against evil foes. The weapon is treated as having +1 enchantment bonus for the purpose of bypassing the damage reduction of evil creatures or striking evil incorporeal creatures. Though the spell doesn't grant an actual enchantment bonus, the weapon also becomes good, which means you can bypass the damage reduction of certain creatures. This overrides and suppresses any other alignment the weapon might have.
This is
Individual
pretty.
arrows or
Sorry, go ahead.
bolts can be transmuted but affected. Individual arrows or bolts can be transmuted but affected projectile weapons such as bows don't confer the benefit to the projectile they shoot. In addition, all critical hit rolls against evil foes are automatically successful. So every threat is a critical hit.
Yeah, wait a sec. Break enchantment. Free subjects from enchantments, alterations, curses, and petrification. Oh, that's just petrify. It's not. Okay.
Yeah, you were petrified.
Well, it's saying that you get that at level 5. Well, 5 spell levels. Break enchantment.
Oh, but he already. Well, that's crazy. I never knew that actually worked for that.
Yeah, the description it says free subjects from enchantments, alterations, curses, and petrification.
I said
Yeah,
that earlier.
That worked. Yeah, you did, but
You did, yeah.
I thought it was something else. I learned something.
If the effect comes from some
Is this the
magic
3.5?
item.
Yeah, this is the 3.5 wiki too. Yeah.
I
Crazy.
looked it up in the player's handbook because it was like, it's right here. It says break enchantment.
I thought that was mainly a illusion and enchantment type spells.
This spell frees
The web-
victims from enchantments, transmutations, and curses. Break enchantment can reverse instantaneous effect. For each effect, you make caster level check. Blah blah blah
Yeah,
blah.
And that
Success is
The website doesn't list petrification.
No,
Huh.
it doesn't.
It did on the main page, but when I go to the details, it doesn't.
Weird. So,
Break enchantment should have no effect on a petrified character.
I have got
Growing
to wrap
weight.
it up pretty quick. What do we got going?
I want to upgrade my shit.
Okay. We can do that.
And I want to sell that robe in order to do it.
Okay.
So I'm looking for, I don't know, like blue shine. Does that cause my armor to be resistant to acid?
Blue shine.
That's what it says.
It says resistant to acid.
Yeah.
If that's what it says, that's what it does.
The quick thing it says is immune to acid damage and rust. +2 on hide. Metal armor only.
How does that work? Does that make the wearer immune or just the armor?
The
Just
armor.
the armor, I think.
Okay.
Yep.
Now, can you get multiple armor properties on one item?
Yeah.
Okay.
Wall of stone creates a stone wall that can be shaped. That's pretty cool.
You probably need this, Colby. Well, are you going to put any other goodies on there? Or are you figuring it all up for your upgrades, Riclamin?
Well, I want blue shine in all my shit, so that if I fall in acid or meet an acid dragon, I don't lose all my shit.
On your armor and what, your shield, I guess? Or what are you thinking here?
No, I looked at all the shield things. I don't know if you could help me with that, but they all look pretty shitty.
Yeah.
Hey, Sragg.
Like, absolutely none of them I found.
My item
good.
of giant growth, was that bracers or I can't remember what that was.
Belt.
It was a belt because I had a belt of giant strength too, did I not? Or did I trade that?
Oh, shoot. Wait.
Yeah.
Wait a minute. Actually, I still have this over here. Let me look.
Because I was trying to update my inventory properly, and I was like, oh wait, there was giant strength.
It's a ring.
It was a ring.
It's a ring.
Okay.
A ring of growth.
That's what it is. Okay, ring. Thank you.
I've got this extra number at next level that shows up beside my base attack bonus.
You get an extra attack.
Get out.
Yep.
Yeah.
Sweet.
Oh. And by the way, Colby, your shield, Mercy, it's a +3 heavy steel shield. Casts heal once per day on your target or yourself, and a constant effect of Holy Aura. Did you look that up?
What is it? What shield does it cast?
It casts heal once per day
Oh, just heal.
as a 10th caster level.
Holy crap.
Hey, Sragg, do you know how many times a day my ring was supposed to be used? Does it have a use
That
per
one
day?
doesn't have a limited. Doesn't have a
Okay.
limit.
Nice.
Holy Aura.
Yep, Holy Aura, constant effect on your shield. You can see that in the player's handbook.
Feeling divine
And
radiance, protecting them from attacks, granting resistance to spells by evil creatures, and causing evil creatures to become blinded when they strike the subject. First, each warded creature gains a +4 deflection bonus to AC, a +4 resistant bonus to save. Second, each warded creature gains spell resistance. 25 against evil spells cast by evil creatures. Holy spell resistance 25? Is that plus 25 or just a base 25?
base at 25. Unless their caster level beats a 25, the spells just don't work.
So there's very few things right now that are that high.
Right.
Wow.
Archibald's pretty big.
Through the object blocks possession and... Oh, sweet. Brick come at me, book. The blocks possession and mental influence. Finally, if an evil creature succeeds on a melee attack against a warded creature, the offending attacker is blinded. Wow. But against the Holy Aura's DC save. Nice.
So yeah, 4 AC, 4 to all saves. Good
and
stuff.
This, you said this has my focus on it already too. Cause you said it was a paler.
Yeah.
So it counts as my focus.
Yeah.
Nice.
And then you want your mace stats, I'm sure too, right?
Sure.
It is a special item. It is a +3 Morning Star of Sunburst.
Ooh, Sunburst.
Come at me, vampires.
All right, you ready?
Yeah.
It does on normally it does 1d6 divine damage on each hit.
Oh shit! 1 sec.
There's going to be a lot of writing here.
Yeah.
Just so you
Okay, so
warning.
it's 1d6 divine. That's its base.
That's its base. That's with nothing added, no special. Okay.
So that's just like the 1d8 of my existing mace, or does it have the 1d8?
Oh no, it does the D8, a D8 damage, but it also does a D6 divine damage,
Okay.
like the electricity of the
Okay.
resistance. But unlike your existing mace, if the target is undead or evil either outsider, it does 1d10 divine damage to them. Okay.
Undead or evil outsider? What does it mean by outsider?
Like a demon or a devil, mainly.
Okay, so it wouldn't have done it to the Medusas?
No.
Okay.
All right. Now the next part. Ready to keep typing?
Yeah.
On crit, this is where the burst part comes in.
Okay.
To a normal creature, it will do 2d10 divine damage.
2d10 divine. What's its crit?
Just a plain 20.
So just 20.
20 times 2, I believe. Same as your mace.
What does the times 2 mean?
Your normal whacking with it does times 2.
Oh, so if I succeed on my critical, I hit it twice basically, and then add this divine stuff on top of it?
Yes.
Okay.
So, like when you crit normally, you would roll double your weapon damage and then just add the extra d6. Right. Well, this time you add the weapon damage and do 2d10
divine damage
versus normal creatures.
Okay.
Undead or evil outsider take 5d10 divine damage, and must make a DC 20 will save or be banished or destroyed.
Holy shit. Okay, I'm not lying. Part of me hopes that Archibald's dead. So plus 5 T10 divine damage if they're undead or evil outsider.
With a DC 20 will save to be destroyed.
Holy shit, okay. I gotta figure out how to represent this.
Good luck.
What'd you say? DC 20 will save?
So it's not extremely powerful, but I mean, that's against insta-kill, so. Everybody rolls a 1 eventually.
Or frequently.
Yeah.
Or regularly.
And you know what your heal spell is on your shield, right?
This is bludgeoning damage? Or piercing?
Bludgeoning
or
and
both?
piercing. Both. It's Morningstar, so it's both.
Yeah.
But, yeah, I read that to you earlier. I don't know if you remember what your heal spell on your shield does.
It's just the regular heal spell, right?
Once per day, you can enable this to channel positive energy. It immediately ends any and all of the following adverse conditions affecting the target: ability damage, blinded, confused, dazed, dazzled, deafened, diseased, exhausted, fatigued, feeble-minded, insanity, nauseated, sickened, stunned, poisoned, and also cures 100 hit points of damage.
Holy shit balls.
Once per day.
10 hit points per
caster
damage
level.
per caster level. Does that mean
And it's caster level 10, so it's 100 hit
It
points.
gets the holy crap.
And it's just 100 flat, so
Yeah.
you don't have to roll anything with it. Okay. Now remember, these are relics to your church. They're well known. And they're Archibalds.
That's why I said part of me is hoping Archibald, rest his soul, is dead.
He got better.
You're
suddenly took a turn for the worst.
you're hoping, or Colby's hoping?
Don't be dumb. I'm hoping.
Colby wants to help Archibald, right?
Yeah. So much so that he decides to give me his weapons.
Just wanted to be clear on that.
Yeah, you definitely shouldn't have those. But Archibald's a big boy.
I'm sure as hell gonna be using them until Archibald wants them back.
Yeah, you remember that mace kind of broke you a little bit?
Turns out it can't handle acid that well. Who knew?
What's
Alright,
that behind your back? Nothing.
so I got that part taken care of. That should deal with your battle clericness too, should.
I was thinking of going to visit the paladins here to learn how they kind of fight as a bridge to the whole war priest.
Would you like to get your training from which one? Waylon the Meek or George the Ill-Suited for Combat?
I think neither. I just kind of want to get some information.
They were pretty beefy.
Ill-suited
Not
for
so
combat.
great for naming, though. Standard weights on these weapons?
Yeah, everything's standard. So I wonder what that does to you.
Okay.
Stack that 4 on with your normal shield bonus, so I think that puts you at a 9 shield bonus.
Yeah, it should show up in a second when I update this sheet.
Okay. Alright. Did you figure out more Buffy stuff, Riclamin?
Yeah.
What we got?
Yeah. I want, if possible, on my gleaming plate armor.
Uh-huh.
How many crystals can you put in that stuff?
I thought it was one, isn't it? Let me see.
Okay.
I don't know. I want to look. I was under that impression, but I don't know if that's true.
What else did you say? Oh, and holy order. Okay.
Yeah, Holy Aura. Did you read that?
Yes.
Yeah, you read that.
That was once
Just a
per day,
constant.
or it's just always there.
That's just always there.
Nice. And heal was once per day.
Yeah.
Oh.
If heal was always there, that would be really bad.
I win.
See page 2.
I become
Yeah.
the Oprah cleric, and you get a heal, and you get a heal. I'm not dead yet. You get a heal anyway.
Okay.
That puts me at an AC of 23.
Okay. Each item can hold a single augment crystal.
Okay, I want a restful crystal in there. And how many armor properties can you enchant an item with?
You can go as high as you want. The bigger you get, the more chances you have of blowing up.
The bigger the enchant or the more enchants?
The more, because it adds up as you put enchant levels.
So I was thinking of adding blue shine and mind armor.
Mind armor?
Yeah.
What is this mind armor?
Basically situational.
Let's see. I'm looking for the, and that's another thing I need to see. That's a 5th, okay, and mind armor.
What's a 5th?
That was your speed property. I'm seeing. So you gotta add them all up. Mind armor. Because you already have some stuff on here. Blue shine. It's not so bad. I don't see mind armor. I want to see mind armor. It's alphabetically organized, and I can't find M. I have a problem here. Mind armor. There it is.
Yeah,
Will saves. When activated, it grants you a +5 bonus on will saves until the start of your next turn. These are not bad. You could add blue shine and mind armor with little difficulty. So all you'd have to pay for those is, what is that, 3,000, and the blue shine. So 45, and you've got them.
And the crystal's 500.
And the crystal's 500? Okay.
Yeah.
So 5,000, and you got that. And Colby, why do you have 23 AC?
Now, do I need to put blue shine on all my shit?
Sorry.
Yeah, right?
The shield only gives me
No,
4,
just your armor, really.
That's the only thing that really... Like, my gauntlets, my cloak, all the others. Well, I guess I can't do my cloak, but my gauntlets and all that stuff?
It's just for your... No, they'll be all right. It's counted as just basically your armor. Those are on this different table, pretty much. And let me go back to equipment. The reason I was wondering about that 23, and it kind of struck me as weird, is because that 4 that you have listed for your shield bonus is what you're getting from the Holy Aura on its own.
Okay, I see what you're saying.
You're getting an additional 5 AC that you don't have counted.
So the shield itself has a base of 5?
Yeah, it's got 2 from being a heavy steel, and then it's a +3. Okay. So it's actually got 5, and then... So yeah, you're missing 5 AC from your shield there.
There we go.
There you
so
go.
does my helm need blue shine in order to be immune?
Don't believe that would be...
That's insane, Sragg. That shield has as much AC as my armor.
Yes, it's special. Just wait to see what his armor's like, if you find it.
when you kill him,
Now
right?
I really want to find his corpse. God, let his corpse be undead too, because then I'll have a reason. Actually,
You
he would
could.
probably incinerate if he was inside his armor and became undead.
Thinking of it, yeah, you could. You could put that on your helmet if you wanted to. Metal armor.
Yeah.
And that way it just never has a chance to rust or take acid damage.
What's your guys' AC, Dre?
My AC.
His is 20.
What?
Yep.
Would you? Do you have high dex or something?
I have damage reduction too.
Oh, okay. So you're a bear tank.
He's got 20 AC. Riclamin has a 29 with his shield out,
Jesus.
a 25 with the two-hander out.
I've got 3 damage reduction. So.
Yeah, if you wanted to, another 3,000, you could actually.
No, mine's not.
For that cost, just apply it to your helmet and gloves to go with it anyway. If you switch them out, you'll have to do it again.
It's
For the
20,
15.
It's 26 in 22. Remember when she grew me big? We ended that night. Forgot to shrink it down.
Oh, okay. So it's 26 and then 22.
Yeah,
My bad.
I'm pretty sure.
All right then.
I don't know where the miscellaneous modifier was coming from, but I can't really see it. Okay, next. So blue shine on the helm.
So when you did it on your armor, you got it on your helmet and gauntlets this time. If you were to change them out, though, you'd have to redo it.
Right. Also, can the helm take a gem?
Yeah.
How about a crystal of stamina, of greater stamina? Page M26.
Yeah. You could do that. Mm-hmm. You wanting to buy anything there, Smurrrrh?
Yeah, I was gonna go shopping the day after. I think.
All right. And Colby, were you buying anything besides your donkey stuff?
I think I'm pretty much tapped out.
3.
My intent for the evening was to just get smashed, and that sort of thing.
Okay.
Okay, so my great axe, which I always seem to be using.
No, you kind of took care of my only issue I was having, which was my weapon. So.
What does maiming do?
Maiming. That's additional damage if they're susceptible to bleeding, if I'm not mistaken.
On critical hit, deal extra damage based on critical multiplier. It says page M38.
So, if you get a crit, then you would deal an extra 2d6 damage.
It's not bad.
Smurrrrh needs that.
It's not not bad at all. What's wrong with that?
What else we got in here?
So, what about...
Paralytic burst. That's critical hit.
Can you, like, make a weapon lucky and keen?
Yeah, you can stack anything you want up to the point it explodes. You can add additional pluses on it, too, make it a +3 instead of a +1 or whatever.
What's the... a +3? Like, what is the +3?
It'll cost you 8,000 gold, I think, to pump it up to be a +3 flaming great axe. go to the weapon and table. Because if I were you, I would be pumping it up to a +3 keen flaming great axe of cut your face off.
Of Sragg.
I only have 12,000 left. Plus.
What's your
plus
alignment?
I have a
Chaotic
minimum of
evil.
12,000.
Not you.
Oh, okay. Wasn't sure.
Ryan, what's your alignment?
Lawful neutral.
Neutral.
You asked. I was gonna tell you.
Okay, so I got 15 grand.
So Keen's is a +1.
Actually, I probably have maybe a bit more than that. I'll say 17 grand to spend.
Let me take this here and go to the costs on weapons so I can try to give you an idea. If I can get an idea, we'll be doing okay. Well, that's unfortunate. You will have to add 18 grand exactly in order to make it a keen +3 flaming great axe. You said you had how much to spend? 17.
Well, I have more than that. I just didn't want to spend more than that.
That's a pretty special great axe, though, if you ask me,
You said +3 keen maiming?
No, +3 keen flaming.
Flaming, right.
You need to get yourself
already
an
got the flame.
axiomatic weapon.
Yeah, I saw that. Axiomatic? Is
Yeah.
that an actual weapon? Like just one weapon?
It's a type. It's a lawful line weapon. You're the law. You need one of those.
Yeah, maybe that's in the future.
Just don't hit either of us with it, please.
Oh yeah, it's not good
Explode.
against chaos.
No.
Bursts into flames.
And none of you can ever go pick it up to give it to me.
Well, we can. It just doesn't
Give you a
do us
negative
very
level.
good. Yeah, exactly.
Sucks the life out of you. So,
Interesting.
do I hear a sale there? 18,000 for a +3 flaming great axe? Keen flaming great axe?
Hold on. I need to look at my money.
That's a 19 to 20 times 3.
It's 24. Let's add up the monies.
Pretty special.
Hold on.
Great axe going once.
2,700. And then how much for that stuff? You said 18?
Yep. How broke does that leave you?
Define broke.
What do you have left after you buy that?
Well, I'll let you know in a second.
Because I'm assuming you probably want that.
It's going to cost me 3,700. Not so bad. Not so bad. Yeah, I can do that.
So you wanted to put maiming on there too?
Don't think I can afford that.
No? How much
No.
you got?
I have 3,000 or 300 platinum after that ish.
You throw it in, I'll throw maiming on there too.
I need money. I can't just pick up next week with no money and then like not able to do anything.
Tell you what, I'll leave you 100 gold.
Well, then we're not. You still haven't
You're
done
not
that other items, right?
Right, you still haven't identified those.
Yeah. YOLO.
YOLO?
YOLO.
All right. Add maiming on there. It also does 2d6 whenever you crit.
Okay, hold on
Additional.
here. So we got a +3
Now I'll trade you something else. You give me some of those unidentified items, and I will give you flaming burst instead of flaming.
You said keen, maiming, flaming great axe?
Yeah. Yep.
Keen,
a
maiming,
plus
flaming.
3.
Flaming. Your axe is so flaming.
Okay, so
And it's gonna be bursting with flames.
MKF.
what's the attack bonus on that?
3.
The damage?
It's a D12 plus 3. Plus 1d6 flames.
Right.
Without your strength.
And then my critical now becomes 19 to 20?
19, 20 times 3. And if you crit, you add an additional 2d6.
Did we ever get the remaining gold from the bag? Did Colby split that up amongst us?
No, but I'm pretty sure you used most of it, if not all of it, to.
I'm pretty sure I used your portion to bring you back to flesh,
Yeah.
Okay.
and then I pimped my ride.
That's fine.
Riclamin's got shining armor and a great axe of doom. Colby's flying around on a donkey.
Pimped my ride.
Darn tootin'.
So, money, let's say 67 gold pieces. How much would that be? How much did I pay you? 28,000?
You gave me everything you
700.
had. Yeah. Except for 100 gold.
28,700. That is gone. 24,000 gold right there. 3,000 gold's 27. That's gone. 319. And then you said pay you another that for that, which gives you. Yep, that's what you said.
So you have 100 gold left. Right?
Well, the actual math, depending on the numbers you gave me, I have 157.
Okay, that's fine. You have 157 gold to your name.
9 platinums and 67 gold pieces. Oh, and 5 silver that I've never spent.
All right.
I picked those
We're
up
good.
for rations. Now I just gotta add all that shit.
Good luck. I already forgot it, so you better remember it.
I wrote it down.
All right. Okay, good. What did you buy again? I hope it was worth it. It didn't fall off your weapon, did it? Okay. Colby, do you have anything else?
I don't think so.
Okay. All that's left is Smurrrrh shopping then, if I correct?
Yeah.
So
We can
let's-
just hold it off till next session if you have to hit the sack, man. It's not a problem with that. Give me time to think about it.
That's up to you, dude. I mean,
Yeah.
What gold is left in the party currently? Reclaman's broke, effectively. Colby, how much gold you got left?
Quite
3,300.
effectively, I think.
3,300.
I've got 3,700.
So y'all combined, the party has about 7,000 some gold. Okay. You could at least get another decent enchant on your falchion there, unless you start selling some of the stuff you've got, that +3 axe or whatever, you know.
Yeah, what was that falchion again? Let me see here. I wrote it down, I think, page 1.
It's a +1 keen falchion.
Keen.
Yeah, so it's a 15 to 20 times 2.
Yeah, meaning you roll a 15, you got a crit.
Right.
So you crit
Which-
25% of the time with that thing.
Right. 2d4.
You could even put like elemental damage on it.
I'd probably be more keen to add weapons to the +3 instead of the +1.
Oh, I mean,
You could add +3 or +2 at least to the.
Right.
How much would it cost to add to the pluses on the falchion?
well, if he sells his axe and starts, turning over some of the stuff that y'all got, it probably wouldn't be too bad. It could turn it into a +3 something falchion, keen
Yeah.
falchion in no time, really. Honestly, he could probably trade straight across and get someone that would put +2 and frost on the falchion in exchange for the great axe and something else.
I'll think about it. I'll mull
Yeah.
it over. We can. I'll just discuss it with you. I'll send you a message or something like that. We don't have to do it tonight.
Sure thing. So y'all are good staying the night here at the inn?
Yep. When I'm
Oh.
sufficiently smashed, I'll grab my woman and head to the room.
I wanted to say, like, I'm assuming there's a ritual when I put the horse in the stable where I take his saddle off and etc. etc. That would be part of
Groom the donkey.
the donkey. That would be part of the normal routine. So, as I do that,
You're gonna trap the donkey.
what? No, I'm just thinking, like, is there any like these special satchels that create things? Like, they're not like bag of
Like a bag
holdings
of
or
holding?
anything, are they?
Somewhat, yeah.
Like blow up in a portable hole?
Kinda, yeah.
Okay, so I won't be doing that.
Okay.
I was gonna say I'm just gonna store his stuff in my portable hole, but not.
If I was meaner, I would have said you should find out.
If you said that, I wouldn't have done it.
All right.
Excuse
I
me.
was just thinking about you talking earlier about the donkey club. I was like, you're gonna put that spiked trap somewhere in the donkey backside or something. Someone comes to steal your donkey and they explode.
Or what you could do is get one of those gauntlets and like chain it to something with one of those gauntlets.
You just take the gauntlet off.
Yep.
Like, it's not like a lock. It's just.
We'll get a lock for it.
Magically lock up the donkey. So,
Transmute it so it looks like a rat.